everyone and welcome back. Today's video I'm going to be filming me doing my makeup. I'm going for quite a glam look today. I wore this in a recent video and I just really liked how it came out. This is the first video I'm filming with a new lens. I got it for Christmas and it's the 40mm lens, which means that the autofocus on it, it kind of makes a noise when it focuses. So I've manually focused it. You all know by now that my eyesight is so bad. So I think I'm in focus. Thomas has said I'm in focus, but I might not be, so this video might actually not make it on the internet. So I've still full up with a cold. It's a little bit better today. I planned on filming these videos yesterday, but yesterday was probably the worst day. I am filming today and I know my voice sounds really weird, but I just really want to get a few videos filmed for you, so I'm going to do this today. I'm going to grip my hair back. So I'm going to start off with priming my face, and today I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer. I've just been really liking this. It just makes my foundation look so fresh and glowy, and it's just a gorgeous product. It's probably becoming one of my favourite primers. So because the eyeshadows I'm using today don't really have a lot of fallout, I'm going to start with foundation, and I'm going to use one that I've not actually used in a really long time, and I was just going through my drawer and saw it and thought I'm going to give this another go, and this is the YSL Youth Liberator, and it's a serum foundation. So this is the packaging. I've got the shade B10. I'm going to use the Morphe M439 brush to apply this, and this is the first time I've used this brush. I'm hoping it's going to give me a really good full coverage and that it's going to be really easy to blend, because I've heard a lot about this brush. Okay, this foundation is quite light. It doesn't look like it's that much coverage. I just couldn't really remember because I've not used it in so long. Okay, so it's not as full coverage as I was hoping, but it does make my skin look quite nice. My redness is still showing through, so I'm going to have to go over that with concealer, although in the camera it doesn't look too red. As always, I'm going to move on to my brows next, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow. It just helps me create a little bit more of a brow when I don't want something as natural looking. I'm going to leave eyebrows for there for now, and I'm going to conceal my face using my Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. And I'm just going to, I think I need quite a lot of this because, as I said, this foundation doesn't seem that higher coverage. I'm hoping to film a Q&A video very soon, so I'm not going to do a themed one. I mentioned it in my last video, or perhaps my video before. If you've got any questions at all that you want to ask me, then please leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer as many as possible. I feel like I've not done a Q&A for ages. So next I'm going to correct under my eyes, and I'm going to use my Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. And this is quite a thick cream. It's kind of a peachy colour, and I'm just going to take that on my finger and just dot that underneath my eye, kind of in the inner corner, not going that far towards the outer edge, because where I get lash lines and stuff, I don't want it to settle in those lines. And next I'm going to take a product that I've mentioned in my MAC haul, and this is my MAC Prep and Prime Highlighter in the shade Light Boost, and I haven't used this before. I've only ever swatched it. I got this one because I used to have I think it was the Radiance Boost one, which is a little bit pinker. I wanted a more yellow toned one, so I'm going to see how this fares under my eyes today. I've never used it before. So I'm going to leave my base for now and move on to my eyes. I'm doing something on my eyes today that I did do in a recent video. I wore it in a recent video, and it's something a little bit different that I'd usually go for, but I really enjoyed it. I started off with a base, and this is the Kiko Long Lasting Eyeshadow Stick in the shade 37, and it's a really beautiful, deep, cranberry, reddish purple, metallic-y. And I just literally, very sloppily, applied this all over. Okay, that was a little bit too sloppily, but applied it all over my eyelid. And this looks a little bit scary to start off with. I promise it gets better. So I'm just going to keep building that colour up and blending it out until I'm happy with it. Over the top of that, I'm using my L'Oreal Colour Riche eyeshadow in the shade Soleil Levant. I think that's how you say it, and it's a beautiful duochromed purpley blue eyeshadow, and I just find it looks really gorgeous over this colour of base. So I'm just going to pack that onto my eyelids. Just love how the different colours in this eyeshadow really come through using that red base, or that cranberry base. It's definitely not a natural eyeshadow look by any means, but I just like it for when I want to do something a little bit different. And then on a much smaller brush, I'm going to take another L'Oreal Colour Riche eyeshadow. This is in the shade Escape Bordeaux, and this is a very deep purple, metallic-y, shimmery colour. So I'm just taking the tiniest bit of this just to smoke out the outer corner and emphasise the crease a little bit more. I'm literally taking the tiniest amount of this on my brush. And go back in with my blending brush and blend them all together. I'm going to take a couple of eyeliners, and the first one I've got is a Colour Riche one by L'Oreal, and this is just to go in my waterline. And I'm going to take my Kiko eyeshadow stick again and just run that underneath my eye. And then I'm going to take the L'Oreal purple eyeshadow on a pencil brush and just use that to smudge and smoke all of that together. I think I'm going to leave eyes there for now and move back onto my face before I finish off my eyes. And I'm going to take my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light and powder all over. The bronzer that I'm using today is my Soap & Glory Solar Powder, and I just swirl the two colours together that you get in the pan on a Real Techniques blush brush. And then I'm going to go in with my Natural Collection Peach Melba blush, which is one of my all-time favourites. It's so affordable, but it looks so pretty at the same time. And I'm going to go with a little bit of highlighter. This is the MAC Mineralize in Soft and Gentle, and I'm taking that on one of the newer Real Techniques blush brushes and just putting that on the tops of my cheeks. This is a very subtle highlight. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Super Liner to just line my lash line ever so slightly, like the smallest, tiniest little line, just to make my lashes look a bit thicker and fuller. I'm going to quickly curl my eyelashes before I pop a couple of coats of mascara on, and then I'm going to do lashes. The mascara I'm using is the new Max Factor Voluptuous False Lash Effect mascara, and I used this recently in a first impressions video and wasn't that amazed, but I'm going to keep giving it a go and see if I change my mind. The lashes that I'm going to pop on are these Fleur de Force Eyeliner Fleur Loves eyelashes. These are my favourite ones that she's released. They are only 3/4 lashes, which is my favourite thing because it means I don't have to trim them first, and they just look really natural and fluttery. They don't look too false at all, which is what I like the most. I'm just going to let the glue go a little bit tacky. I've just got them on some tweezers here, and then I'm going to place them as close to my lash line as I possibly can. For the right eye, same again, just pop them in my tweezers, grab a little bit of glue and just coat the band of the lash. I'm going to do lips next, and I'm just going to take off the excess foundation that I've got on my lips first. I've pulled out quite a few options to use for lips, and I don't really know which one I should go with. I'm tempted to try this lipstick from Topshop. It's in the shade Naturist, and it's kind of matches my nail polish actually. It's a very cool toned purplish lipstick. I just feel like it might complement the eyes a little bit, so I'm going to put this on and see what it looks like. It might be coming straight off. I quite like that lip colour. I think I'm just going to go around it with a little bit of liner. This is Rimmel's Cappuccino, just really softly. And that's the finished makeup. I hope you enjoyed that and you saw some products there that you quite liked and maybe want to try for yourself. I just think that the colours on the eyes really complement this lip colour, and it's just something a little bit different. It's a little bit of a step out of my comfort zone, but I think sometimes that's quite nice and fun to do. And I wore this look, as I said, the other day, and I just really wanted to share it with you all because I just think it does look quite pretty, and it's just a different take on purples and blues. So hopefully you enjoyed today's look. I will be back very soon with another video, and I will see you all then. Thank you for watching. Bye.